Today we are going to talk about the world's devil, Pickton. Time, 2002, location, Canada, British Columbia. On this day, a farmer named Pickton was accused of murdering 49 women. And since his first crime in 1980 to arrest, the police have only found traces of a few victims, so they don't know how many people have been killed. In order to get more useful information from this devil, the police can only lock him up with a spy agent. Fortunately, the two communicated Picard's method that night, and he also said that he killed 49 people, but 49 did not reach the number of bodies he expected. In other words, the number 49 was given by Pickton, and the reason why he didn't know the number of victims was because of Pickton's unique way of dealing with the bodies. According to him, he would use a mincer to beat the victims into a palm, and then mix the pieces of meat in the water to feed the pigs. It's such a simple method, but it's extremely effective. Although he has committed many crimes, he has never been found. And the reason for the arrest is purely accidental. Once, Canadian police suspected that he illegally hid the guns, so they raided his pig farm on a happy weekend. As a result, they accidentally found 2 white plastic barrels in the refrigerator of Pickton, and when they opened the plastic barrel, they were scared to death. Inside the plastic barrel are 2 open skulls, and under the skull are the limbs of the cut. The moment this case came out, it caused panic among the people around. And this incident also caused a huge stir. Dozens of lawyers rushed to the scene to collect evidence, and after searching, they found dozens of DNA-related bodies, and everyone's different organs were thrown everywhere. Even in the deep underground of the pig farm, the police found some remains, and in the end, the police found only 3 people who could be identified. But when Pickton was interrogated, he calmly said that he had killed 49 people. Not only that, he also said that he was going to kill 50 at first. Unfortunately, 1 was still missing. In addition, he also said that he would rest for a while after all this was done, and then kill 25. Such a sudden attitude, plus the cruel method of committing a crime, is not a lot of death. But God seems to be playing tricks, and he has to force a tragic personality on the villain. Pickton's childhood was a period of suffering. His mother drank all year round, and every time she finished drinking, she would scold Pickton, even let him sleep with the pig at night. In other words, his childhood was spent in a dirty pigsty, and he was often bullied at school. But every time he was beaten, he would hide in the pigsty because the people who bullied him hated that smell very much. So for him, the pigsty may be the safest heaven. Unfortunately, childhood made Pickton's heart extremely twisted. It also made him learn to use dirt and bad smell to arm himself. In 1978, for 29-year-old Pickton, it was a turning point for the evil. This year, his parents went to the city for some reason. He also took over the pig farm in his home. At the same time, he also completely released the evil nature buried in his heart. At first, he was just looking for those sex workers, but gradually, he began to bring those people home. After a rain of rain, he would bring them to the pig farm and beat them to death, then use a mincer to beat them into meat mud and mix it with pig feces to feed the pigs. And pigs, as food animals, they don't pick food at all. Even some bones that mincers can't break will be bitten by their hard hind teeth in the mouth of wild pigs. And their stomachs are also very strong. They can digest those foods very quickly. So Pickton hasn't been exposed for so many years. Until the police suspected that he was hiding guns, he was arrested and sanctioned. And after Pickton was arrested, the residents around him mentioned pork and felt disgusted. After all, they have been eating pork for 9 years, from Pickton's feeding pigs to arresting them. But fortunately, they ate those pigs that had eaten people,